Today, as this video is being uploaded, Ninjago is officially 15 years old, and that's just nuts. You know, it felt like just yesterday when Ninjago hit 10 years, and now we're here 5 years later celebrating its 15th. That's a huge milestone. So today, in honor of the 15th anniversary, I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about my experience with Ninjago and how it's impacted my life tremendously. You might be wondering why I'm even bothering making this video in the first place. Well, the reason for that is Ninjago is a huge part of my life and has and always will be. Back in 2014 to 2015, little 5 to 6 year old me got my first ever dose of Ninjago content ever. That being the first episode of Ninjago that I watched, which was Season 3, Episode 7, The Void. I saw this episode and I just fell in love with it. At that point in time, I wasn't keeping up with the show though, since TMNT was the main thing consuming my life. Fast forward to 2017 when the Ninjago movie was released, and I remember scoring 2 goals during my soccer game, and my mom said that she'd do anything I wanted. So I chose to see the Lego Ninjago movie, and my mom, grandpa, and I all saw it in the theater. And it rehashed my love for the show, and as time went on, I started diving deeper and deeper into the show, learning its lore, looking at theories, and that leads us to where we are today. One of my most vivid memories while watching Ninjago was in the 2021 to 2022 period of the show. The Island, Seabound, and Crystallized. I remember being at home sitting in the chair I'm sitting in right now making this video while watching The Island. I remember being at school in study hall while watching the finale of Seabound. And I remember being sick at home with COVID while watching Crystallized. And there are so many more memories I have with the earlier seasons as well, like watching seasons 4 and 5 with my grandpa, and watching season 6 before a soccer game. Now to get a bit personal, which I haven't shared this on my channel before, but I struggle with anxiety and OCD. I've struggled with it for the majority of my life, and I continue to still struggle with it. The reason I'm mentioning this is because Ninjago has really been there and has really been an escape for most of my life. TV shows, movies, and video games have always been an escape for me, and Ninjago has been the most helpful one. This show is just so relatable, and Dragon's Rising Season 2 Part 1 really hit at home with the character of Lloyd and the exploration of mental health, which I think a lot of people, myself included, can relate to. For most shows, you get attached to characters, and your favorite character might be the one that you relate to the most. For example, Kai is probably the character I relate to the most, and because of that, it's one of the main reasons he's been my favorite character since I first started watching the show. These characters mean everything to me, and they always have been and are a huge part of my life. I mean, not just watching the show, but collecting sets and minifigures is another thing I also love to do. Now, I didn't want this video to just be about me. Because Ninjago is 15 years old, there are so many people who have different experiences with the show, or a different idea of what Ninjago really is and what it means to them. Not everyone's watching experience or discovery of the show, or even the meaning of what the show is trying to represent a show is the same, and that's why I wanted to get some Ninjago YouTubers to share their experiences with Ninjago and what it means to them.
Hello Cheesy, and hello to your lovely audience. I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Weevie, and I create Ninjago videos on my YouTube channel. And Cheesy has asked me the question of, what does Ninjago mean to me? And that question has honestly been very tough to answer. Ninjago is a show that I think about a lot. I mean, I have to create the videos that I create, but I've never thought of it in the sense of, what does it mean to me? Obviously, it does mean a lot to me, and I think that goes without saying, but I've never really quantified what that meaning truly is until now. I could look at it in the objective sense. I could look at the fact that I own a multitude of Ninjago minifigures. I have sought after a very extensive collection, and to this very day, I'm still not content. 15 years on, I am still at my A game when it does come to collecting new Ninjago sets and new Ninjago minifigures. But I don't think that is really what the question concerns. I also tried to look at it in the sense of its entertainment value. I regularly consume Ninjago as a show. I will always find myself rewatching certain episodes and rewatching certain scenes. I feel like that kind of goes without saying. I mean, personally speaking, there's not really a week that goes by that I don't find myself at least watching some form of Ninjago media. But again, I feel like that also isn't really the question. And through all that, that is how I found the answer to this question of what Ninjago means to me. And I think it's the fact that even though I love the show and I love the minifigures and I love the sets, Ninjago at the end of the day is something that I can ultimately relate to. It is something that I find comfort in. Obviously, yes, it is a show where the plastic ninja go up against the force of evil. It's a kid's show by all accounts. But the characters are real. Not in the literal sense, of course, but the thing is that they face very real issues. They face very real dramas that you can find in everyday life, and you see how they personally cope and how they deal with those situations themselves. And I think that's just where a lot of people can relate. I mean, look no further than my favorite character of Cole. One of the main driving forces for him was the fact that he lost his mother, and I think that is honestly something that is so unbelievably real, and something that a lot of people probably also have dealt with. This show, by all accounts, just embodies themes, ideals, and values that you should take in everyday life. And it's the things that you should take forward and bring onto other people. Love, family, belonging, all of these things that do make up what makes life important in a lot of different ways. These ultimate values and cores of the show is something that you should aspire for in real life. And I think that is the answer to the question. I think what Ninjago means to me is the fact that it's a show that is real. It's a show that matters. It's a show that's important. And it's a show that has honestly shaped who I am as a person. I do embody these themes and these values in my own everyday life because it is what matters. And I do think the show, to an extent, is something that showed me that. So when the dust ultimately settles and I have to really boil down the meaning of Ninjago, it is that, and I think I have no better answer when it does come to it. Like I said, I could talk about the material aspect of it, but I really don't think that ultimately matters, because I think the emotional value of the show is something that should truly be commended. And yes, Ninjago has its bad spots, Ninjago has its weak moments, but I do think at the end of the day, Ninjago has always remained faithful to those core values, and that is why Ninjago means a lot to me. Thank you very much, Cheesy, and have a lovely day.
Ninjago is something that I've been into for nearly a decade now, and I remember very vividly how I got into it. I was at my grandma's house watching cartoons in the basement, and episode 60 from season 6, My Dinner with Nanakan came on, and I pretty much immediately fell in love with the Ninjago franchise. Nostalgia for the season aside, Skybound as a whole is something I've started to have more and more issues with over the years, but this is something that applies to the Ninjago franchise as a whole, if I'm being honest. It's something I'm sure you've heard from tons of other people, but Ninjago is something that I've grown up with since I was just 9 years old, and I think it's amazing that a franchise I care about so deeply has followed me through pretty much every part of my life since I was a little kid. And with Ninjago Dragons Rising, it really feels like the show has grown up with me, which is so cool. It's so rare to have a franchise be so much of a constant part of someone's life, because with Ninjago, we get new seasons every year and new sets every 6 months. And because of that, Ninjago is just such a fun franchise to be into, and it always gives us something to talk about and to think about, which is awesome. It's genuinely insane to think about how anything Ninjago related has followed me through pretty much every aspect of my life, from all the way back in elementary school to today where I'm a university student. Alongside aging with the show, it's been great to revisit it over time with more and more perspective on it. Sure, a lot of the show really, and I mean really, doesn't hold up by today's standards. It's great that that's something I can do with a pretty steady influx of new content to look forward to at any point. The final point I want to make about Ninjago being a meaningful franchise to me is that it has such an active community, and it's so easy to be a part of it. Maybe it's because I've been following Ninjago for a while, but I found that the show and the community are just so easy to get into and be an active player in, and that's so awesome. And with Ninjago currently getting a big Fortnite collaboration, drawing a lot of eyes to the IP, I hope that the community grows even more, because I think being able to actively discuss Ninjago to the degree that I do is awesome. I am so happy that the franchise has gone on for as long as it has, and I cannot wait to see where it goes in the future and how it'll continue to reinvent itself after 15 whole years. Thank you so much to Cheesy for having me on, and all of you should subscribe to her channel right now because she makes some really good videos.
Hello everybody, I am Garmadork, and thank you to Cheesy for having me on her channel to talk about what Ninjago means to me for the 15th anniversary celebration, which is really cool. It's crazy, for one, that Ninjago is 15 years old. I mean, I remember when it first came out, I was like 7, little young me. Yeah, I remember when it first aired and thinking it was a cool show, and I think it was for Christmas that year, or the Christmas just before it had come out in January, I got the Skull Truck as my first ever Ninjago set with Jay, Zane, I think Samu Kai was also in the set, and another skeleton. It's a really cool build. You can move it, the thing chomped down. But it was exciting. It was a really cool time, and to think that was 15 years ago and this show is still going. I never would have thought that I'd still be watching a Lego show about ninjas to this day, but stranger things have happened, I guess. But in terms of what the series and the show and just everything means to me is a lot, to be honest, because this is something that has been with me through almost my entire life, through all the good and all the bad, and it's always been something that I could turn to watch and to feel better and to have a community to engage with and sets to build. There was a lot of lonely nights or just sad nights or really happy nights where, just sitting down to build an Ninjago set, watch the show was always so much fun. And growing up, it gave me that community, that space. I remember there were Google Hangouts calls where some really, really old Ninjago YouTubers and community members would have like huge group chats, and we'd talk about like Rebooted and tournament developments, Possession. That kind of era was when that was great. We'd have Google Lives. We used to have this this joint YouTube channel called Lego Bros HD, and it was just like, I don't know, it was like the first creator group for Ninjago. It got nuked out of oblivion because one of the members didn't want the proof that he was a big Ninjago fan there at the time, so he nuked it out of existence. Unfortunately, rest in peace that account. But yeah, it was always a place to connect. I've met so many friends from it and have continued to meet new friends and community. And I mean, the show is really good. The ninja, just like, it feels like they've almost grown up with me. They're almost like friends in a way. I don't know. It's just something about it that just I love to death and will always love. And it's been with me for so long. And I don't plan to ever stop watching the show. I love these characters. I love the franchise, the voice actors behind it. I mean, like, I got to meet Sam Vincent and Vincent Tong, and Devin Matt. Like, that was so cool. There's such great people behind the show and a community, and it's just, I don't know. It's a great time. It's always a great time when it comes to Ninjago. And then when people get to ask me about Ninjago, I love just rambling on and ranting about how much I love the series and how good it is and giving them the lore. It's just peak Jago is just peak. And it's something I'm really grateful to have in my life, and something I don't think I'd be the same person without, or I would have lived the same life. Because a lot has come out of just deciding to start watching this show and getting that one set for me. That was what really did it. Was that Skull Truck was so cool. Watched the show, loved everything. It was just a fan since the beginning, since I first found out about it. The books, everything. Oh man, I forgot about the books. I remember one time, don't do this. But I remember one time when I was like 6 or 7. Okay, I'm sorry. Book fairs, I don't know if they still do that, but like book fairs, they used to just have them in like the libraries, right? And they'd have them just like on these shelves, and libraries, and at least in my one school I had like multiple doors, right? So or one time I snuck in the library, and then they had it on display, and I just went like right to the back of the thing, and I just put my hand over and I just grabbed the Phantom Ninja book and then left. I felt really bad afterwards, but I did get the book for free, so I don't care. But happy 15th anniversary to Ninjago, and thank you to Cheesy for having me on her channel. And here is to another great 15 years. I was gonna say here's to 20 years, but here's to another 15 years. Let's go for that. I think that works out. I'm really excited to see what the announcement is on this day. So I'm gonna make some predictions real quickly. Oh my god, the live action movie! Oh my god, it looks so peak! Oh my god! Or, maybe something more like, I don't know how I feel about the announcement they just made. Or, oh my god, the season 4 trailer was peak, guys! Or, season 4 looked okay. It was okay. It was okay. Oh my god, we're getting a Ninjago Blu-ray! Oh my god, those new sets look so good! Or what else? What else? Oh my god, the new comic looks amazing! I don't know what the announcement could be, but I'm really excited for it, and I hope it's peak. So yeah.
Finally, without Ninjago, this channel wouldn't exist. I remember watching Ninjago YouTubers and seeing their content was the reason I started this channel to begin with. I made this channel simply to express my love for the show and my love for talking about it. My goal was never to gain a following, it was simply just to make at least someone's day, or make it a little better. If one person found joy through a video I made, then I've done what I wanted to do. This channel was built with a genuine love for the show, and it was a way for me to connect with the community and talk about a show that I really care about. I read every single comment that you guys leave, and getting your guys' opinions and thoughts is my favorite part about uploading a video. For y'all to come to a video and watch it means absolutely everything to me, and I seriously cannot thank you all enough. So thank you. Thank you for being here, thank you for watching, for caring, because without you guys, without Ninjago, without a passion for the show, this channel would never exist. And we're not done yet because Ninjago still has life left in it. It's still going, so we're going to keep going along with it. So thank you to all of you for being here, and thank you Ninjago for everything you've done, not only for me, but for everyone else who's joined in on the ride. Whether you've been here since the start, joined along the way, or are brand new, you're a part of this community now. Today's about Ninjago, so let's celebrate it. Thank you to Weevie, Plastic, and Garmadork for taking the time out of your day to be a part of this video. All of their links will be in the description down below, so please go check them out. They make absolutely amazing content, and I'm so happy they decided to be a part of the video. If you like the content that I make, you'll like their content even better. Trust me, it's absolutely amazing. And as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Happy 15 years Ninjago, and I'll see you all next time.